Phoebe, time for school.
Every child deserves a teacher who believes in them and cares for them. Every community has unique needs to help their students grow and prosper. How can we, as educators, get our schools involved in the community to build a stronger connection? Every act of support creates ripples of positive change. Imagine the impact we can make when we come together.
Good morning, first grade.
Good morning, first grade.
I am so happy to see you.
I am so happy to see you.
There's Sunday and there's Monday. There's Tuesday and there's Wednesday. There's Thursday and there's Friday. And then there's Saturday. Days of the week. Today is Wednesday, March 20th.
March 20th, 2024.
2024. Great job. There is no one better to be than myself.
Today's gonna be an amazing day.
Today's gonna be an amazing day. One of my favorite things about being a teacher is just the fact that I get to show up for these kids every day and be a constant in their lives. I think there's something really powerful about being able to have an impact on children. I have wanted to become a teacher since I was in third grade, and it's actually because of my third grade teacher. I just remember my first day of third grade. It was a half day, and it was after lunch, and it was time to go home, and I remember thinking, I do not want to go home. And in that moment, I thought, I want to make other kids feel this way. I want them to feel like they don't want to go home because they're having so much fun at school and they feel safe at school. And that's how Mrs. Voth made me feel. After high school, I went to K-State mainly because I knew that the College of Education program was amazing. At K-State, I had the most amazing experience just with all of my service learning and my practicums. It was amazing. And then I decided to come back to Hutchinson, to my hometown, to do my student teaching. There, really, my desire for teaching grew so much stronger because of my cooperating teacher. I was in third grade and I just saw her with this magic touch towards kids, and I just was like, I want to be what Leslie is. And now I'm in first grade teaching, and I adore it. I love coming to work every day and, just getting to be that light in these kids' lives. Look what just came. We just got 11 boxes of snacks delivered from Sam's Club. We are so excited. These are going to be able to fill up our students' bellies for the rest of the year. It is a lot.
I always get to pop them.
So every classroom is going to get a box of goldfish, a big tub of animal crackers, and then 2 big tubs of pretzels.
Libby expressed to me the critical need in their school for extra nutrition for the children, specifically to help get them through to the end of the day so they can learn the whole time they're in school. We're happy to help Libby, who's a member of the church, but more importantly, all of the students in this school. We're not just supporting one classroom, we're supporting every child here. We have the benefit of a pretty healthy budget for outreach, and so this was a really easy way to impact a lot of people all at once. Our community understands that children in school are the potential future of this community, so they need to learn and get the most out of their education, and if they're having a mid-afternoon slump and all they need is a cup of pretzels to get them through the end of the day learning, that's an obvious community partnership and an easy problem to fix. I think more people should be involved with the schools. I wish, as a volunteer, that every church would adopt a school. We are not here to boost our membership. We are here just to help the kids.
During my first year teaching, I heard about the Today's Teacher Scholarship, and so that's also from Barb and Lee Harris. With that, you had to create some sort of service learning project to kind of get the community involved with the school that you were in. I wanted to find the biggest need that was in our school, and so I reached out to our counselor here at school, Kathy Taylor, and she's like, the biggest thing is snacks for kids, because snacks for classroom isn't something that's provided by the school. It's not something that's like a part of our budget. So many teachers use their own money from their paycheck to provide snacks for their kids because, you know, there is a spike in behaviors towards the end of the day because the kids are hungry. And so that kind of planted that seed inside of me. And I wanted to reach out to local businesses in town and see if they would want to maybe sponsor a classroom to provide snacks for the school year. And the first local business that I reached out to was First Presbyterian Church. The missions committee loved the idea and wanted to get involved with that. And to my surprise, we didn't need a bunch of different businesses from Hutchinson to adopt each classroom because the missions committee at FPC wanted to do it for every single classroom here. It was something that was just planted on their hearts and they felt passionate about it and wanted to step up and help make that difference and fill that need because these kids don't have unlimited access to food at home. And so if they eat lunch, like my first graders eat lunch at 10:50, and if they don't get a snack at the end of the day, then they might have something small at home, but they also might not have another meal until they come back to school the next day. And so that snack is really crucial. My hope is that this can inspire other local businesses in Hutchinson to see that, you know, there are these needs in schools and you can make a difference. The kids look forward to snack time every day. They love snack time. It's a time that they get to have a yummy, tasty snack and they get to talk with their friends. I think it opened my eyes to see that, you know, snacks are a privilege that not everyone gets. And I think that it's really cool that First Presbyterian Church and the missions committee were able to, you know, provide that to these kids.
I think it's very important that there is a connection between the community and the school. The future is in our schools. It's these young people are going to be our future, and the community needs to be able to get around them, to support them, and encourage them. Hutchinson, to me, is a really good community. Family is very important. People get behind everything. You know, the support people. And that's one of the things that we have loved about it. As we have got to know more people and get involved in more things, there is so much community activities that really make Hutchinson very special. And when there's a need, Hutchinson people tend to step up.
Yeah, carrot, Astros. Before we had the snacks at the beginning of the year, when we would get to have snack in here, I had students who were wanting to take it home and putting it in their backpack because they wanted to have that at home. And it was such a cool thing to be able to have a snack like that. But it wasn't getting to happen every day because I didn't have enough snacks to be able to have a set snack time every single day. When the snacks first started, which was in October, kids were cherishing that food and they were eating it and not trying to take it home with them. It really did give them something to look forward to every day. They are learning how to tell time on a clock, but they can't tell you any other time of the day. But when it's snack time, they know it is snack time and they are so excited for it. And, you know, it just has really helped those changes in behaviors. When you're hungry, you really aren't yourself and you can't be yourself. And so, you know, we were noticing school-wide a lot of behavior spikes in the afternoon. These snacks have just really helped to eliminate that problem for a lot of classrooms. Sometimes all they need is a little time to sit down and have their nutritious snack, and then they're ready to go again and they're ready to finish their day strong. It's just a snack, but it's crazy how much a snack can do for a child. Peace turn.
I think the projects that Libby has been able to initiate impacts more than any of us will probably ever know. I can imagine years down the line when some young adult is going to come up and see Libby somewhere and have a conversation and realize who it is and go, you helped me through a real difficult time. A school can't do it on its own. As I say, it takes a village to raise a child, and it takes a community to raise children in a school. And if you want to build for the future in your community, I think if you have great school districts, if you have great support within it, then you attract more and more people to that. It's a really positive thing. I would want to say to anybody going into teaching, look for the people that can support you, that can hold you up and what you're trying to do, and don't be afraid to ask. People are waiting to hear, could I make a difference? And so you asking can help them to make a difference. I think it's really important for teachers to know that there's somebody that has their back, not just the school district they're in, because that's limited. You know, they're limited by their budgets. And I think it's important for anybody who's going into education and to teaching to find those support mechanisms that helps them teach better, helps their kids to learn better. But that also means people need to take the risk in going and finding those people. Whatever Libby's future is going to be, it's going to be bright, it's going to be exciting, it's going to make a difference in people's lives. And she's making a difference in people, and not just in the school, but within the community. If more people would do it, I think we'd see greater things happen.
So here's why we have made a commitment to the College of Education and to teachers in general. Barb and I were looking for a philanthropic cause back in the late 1990s, and we decided it's important for us to give our treasure and talent to a cause that's going to impact as many lives as we possibly could. The idea behind today's teacher is to give back to the community, but the whole idea is to go beyond the classroom and hopefully incorporate their students in a more of a community outreach. And so they make a proposal, they talk about the benefit, they talk about how many lives they intend to impact, both from a student standpoint as well as from a community standpoint, and they submit that application. I would say that for Libby's project, the creativity is off the charts. We never in a million years dreamt that someone would think to create a food pantry and snacks in every classroom in a school. I mean, that is a huge undertaking. Where there's a spark, there can become a fire. And hopefully this Today's Teacher program does a lot of sparking across the state of Kansas, and it creates a lot of fires that are productive and positive for both the teacher and their students as well as the community. One of the things that we've envisioned is companies or benefactors within the community saying, hey, we like this program, we'll contribute to the K-State Foundation and the College of Education to promote this program in our community.
I think that this project has already made me grow just because it's really opened my eyes to the needs. And I think that it's easy to stay in our own bubbles, but this helped me to see beyond myself and see beyond the surface of things. And so I know that this project is just going to continue, wherever life takes me. It's just going to continue to grow that servant's heart of mine and always be looking out for those needs that are beyond my own. So the Today's Teacher project has allowed me to get involved with the community through kind of pushing me and motivating me to create a service learning project. It's allowed me to advocate for the needs and then others to step up, and I think other people in town have heard about this now and others are wanting to help, and so it's all about that chain reaction. We're all better together, and a school can't survive just with the teachers and the students. There has to be other people pouring into the staff and the students, and I think that's one of the coolest parts is being able to see that relationship between community members and kids and adults at school. Just took one little conversation to spark this all and just get it going, and then it was like a couple weeks later and we had boxes of snacks. Because of this relationship that we have now with the church, they've filled other needs too. More recently, we have a food pantry where students can take food home for the weekend who maybe don't have a lot of food at home. I would say probably a month ago, that food pantry was almost depleted. And because of the relationship that we've built with First Presbyterian, I was able to talk with them about this new need that we had, and they were able to fill that need for us. They kind of had like a food drive for us, and there was so much food brought in that we are set for all through this school year and well into next year. And I think that just goes to show what the impact those relationships have. You know, if it wasn't for the snack project, then that probably wouldn't have been so easy to do. And, you know, I think it's just all about those relationships and reaching out to people in the community and building those relationships so when there are needs, you have the resources to be able to fill them. I think that this project is going to leave an impact on my students just from them knowing that there was people in the community who cared about them so much that they wanted to be able to provide food for them for a whole entire school year. And that hopefully, you know, these kids can feel how good it feels to have someone care about you. And hopefully that's a chain reaction for them. And, you know, they want to do service learning projects and they want to make a difference in their community. And one of the main goals of teaching is to inspire these kids to grow up to be good humans and want to help others. And so I think that, you know, FPC and the Missions Committee has, you know, really helped to instill that in these kids to show them what it's like. So hopefully they want to do that for others too.